Good day, everyone. Welcome to Jamovi for Educational Research Tutorial Series, Ep.7, Mann-Whitney U-Test. What is Mann-Whitney U-Test? If you want to conduct a parametric independent samples t-test, but your data is not normally distributed with a significant Shapiro-Wilk test result, or is ordinal by nature, the equivalent non-parametric independent test is the Mann-Whitney U-Test. A researcher wants to determine if exposure to a certain intervention or the independent variable has an effect on a chosen dependent variable by comparing the means of the control and experimental group, but the assumption of normality using Shapiro-Wilk's test was violated. Here is our sample situation. Teacher test wants to determine the effect of Project ReadMe on students' reading skills. She selected a group of students, which is the experimental group, who will undergo the intervention, and another group who will not. At the end of one quarter, she administered the test measuring the reading skills of students in both groups. Here are the tasks that we will go through in this tutorial. Perform the test and check the assumption. Interpret the results. Report the analysis. Once your dataset has been successfully imported in the Jamovi software, you're now ready to perform the test. So make sure to keep your focus on the process. Let us now begin. When it comes to interpretation of results, these are the parts that you have to pay attention to. It should be clear that the reason we use the Mann-Whitney U-test is because of the violation in the assumption for the test of normality wherein the value obtained is less than 0.05. Since it is stated there that a low p-value suggests a violation of that particular assumption, you must be able to get greater than 0.05 to meet this assumption. Although the assumption for homogeneity of variance is met, it violates the assumption of normality, so instead of independent samples t-test, Mann-Whitney U-test was used. For the results of the Mann-Whitney U-test, always look at the p-value, which should be less than 0.05 for it to be significant. Effect size is also a must check since it helps us understand the magnitude of differences found, whereas statistical significance examines whether the findings are likely to be due to chance. In Mann-Whitney U-test, we use the rank by serial correlation. Here is a guide for interpretation. If you get less than 0.1, the effect size is trivial. If you get 0.1, the effect size is small. If you get 0.3, the effect size is medium. And if you get 0.5, the effect size is large. For the descriptive statistics, instead of mean and standard deviation, the one that you should report is the median. This analysis report follows the APA format. Don't forget to change the title of the table from Independent Samples t-test to Mann-Whitney U-test. Provide it with the tables of results for inferential statistics, descriptive statistics, and the assumption for normality test and homogeneity of variance. This is how you should report the analysis in order. Take note of the terms in blue font and the format of reporting values in red font. The study aims to determine the effect of Project ReadMe on students' reading skills. The reading skill was measured using a researcher-made online instrument. Prior to conducting the analysis, the assumptions of independent samples t-test Fisher normality and homogeneity of variance were examined using Shapiro-Wilk statistics and Levin's test. The result of Shapiro-Wilk test showed that the assumption of normality was violated, represented by the given values. Thus, Mann-Whitney U-test was used as an alternative to independent samples t-test. The result of Mann-Whitney U-test reveals that there is a significant difference between the reading skills of students in the experimental group and control group represented by the given values. There is a medium effect size for this analysis with a value of 0.52. The findings suggest that the intervention has a significant effect on reading skills. That ends this session. Thank you for watching Jamovi for Educational Research tutorial series. Stay tuned for the next episode. See you next time.